Hey guys, so this is part three of a five-part series. This is going to take you 2013 to 2015. I moved to China in my 30s. I was 32, and when I decided to leave New York for a better life, what I thought would be a better life, I'd be able to learn Chinese, I'd be able to adapt, assimilate. There were challenges, of course. Learning the language is super difficult, but it also gives you more options when you learn Chinese, learn another language, learn an important language. You know, English is the most important language on earth. Chinese probably the second most. Um, so after 2012, I got a job at a big consulting company doing something that I love to do, write and research. And I became a research analyst for um, a really big four consulting company globally, and I was reporting on the macroeconomy, the real estate economy, the tech economy, banking economy in China on a monthly and quarterly basis. And again, I just considered myself to be lucky because in America I never had these opportunities to, use my education to work and to not be so kind of stressed out. I was like the only educated foreigner in the joint, and I was doing things in English, which means I was doing things that people could not do. When you provide a service to the market that people cannot do, you become valuable. And that's kind of what I see in China is if you're it seems stupid to say, but if you speak English and you write really well and you communicate well and you present well, you can do a presentation in front of people, you're going to be wildly successful. And I was able to earn like between 6 and 8,000 a month just within those 2013 to 2015, those 2 years. Get bonuses. You can get other foreign perks such as free language classes. You can write off all your taxes in America if you make under a certain amount. So again, American tax code, if you make under like 125,000 a year or something, you can write, you don't have to pay American taxes. I paid Beijing taxes, but my write-downs were extreme. I could write down my rent, write down my travel, write down my Chinese classes, write down my food. All that stuff made my salary, way under the limit of paying American taxes. So Chinese taxes are about the same though. They're about 35% per month, depending on your income level. But also you can shield yourself from the Chinese taxes. So basically, you can do a number of things from a tax perspective that allows you to live a comfortable life. And that's what we all want. We want this comfortable life. I come back to America and I order a $5 tea. I order a $10 sandwich, salad. These are the things that Americans have to pay for because you have to eat. But in China, it's not necessarily the case. You don't have to spend $30 a day on food. And everybody's skinny there, so it's almost like you want to be. You don't want to eat. So for 2013 to 2015, it's just that I worked. I lived a life. Started, going on these Chinese apps, these like Tinder for China, and going on these apps and started meeting beautiful women that were just beyond my expectation. And it wouldn't be like every weekend, but it would be like random, like a 21-year-old from Chengdu would be hitting me up to learn English. And when they tell you that they want to learn English, that's just a way of saying they want to date you. Learning English is going to take years. You're not going to have that type of time to teach them English. But it's a great way, to kind of go out to dinner, use your translator together, have some fun. It's all about having a life that you want to live and smiling and having that precious time that are going to be in your memory forever. You're not going to marry these girls. The culture is way too different. At least in China it is. And some people do. I won't say for everybody, but for me the culture is way different. And they were fantastic people. It's just, from a cultural perspective, and you guys won't understand this until you live there, but from a cultural perspective, it just wasn't for me. But my first 4 or 5 years there, 2010 to 2015, I spent dating maybe 30, 40 girls a year, which was about 2 to 3 a month. And that fills up your weekend. And again, in America, I never had that. America's got its great points as well. People are all friendly. But this is a video about your life in America, and what I saw through my eyes was America was not my answer. Somewhere else was my answer. And I looked at the China market in 2008, 2009, and I said, that market is booming. I want to be a part of that. And I also had an affinity, a general like for the Asian culture. I was always friends with Chinese people in graduate school, so I was always making that connection quite easily. But when you live there, it's different. Made some friends, had a great social life, worked very, very hard. The Chinese work very hard, and you kind of assimilate to that. So your life is going to be an assimilation of you changing your American style, your American style, to a China style of being fit, being healthy, eating less, dating more, making a little bit less, but saving a little bit more. And I think that's what sums up the next 2 years of my China experience from 2013 to 2015 was I went to America, I was 210 pounds. And in my third year in China, I was down to 180. And you just assimilate like that. I was 35 years old and in the prime of my life, and I was now healthy. I was now working. I was now saving money, lots of it, getting bonuses at the end of the year, and looking back at my American life and saying, I was never able to do this. It was just a fight to get a job there. Seriously, it was a fight to get a job in America. You jump through hoops. In China, I never realized, I would never be able to realize how easy it is to cooperate. The Chinese love this word, cooperate. It means you do a job for them, they do a job for you, everybody gets paid. Very natural natural selection process. So again, this is not to bore you. I don't want to boast. I just want to be able to tell you that everything I say is real, and I'm a typical man, and I'm not exaggerating. For those that are interested in Asia, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll try to be able to maybe add your WhatsApp or your WeChat. I use WeChat in China. I use Line in Southeast Asia, so I can. This is designed for you guys, and for anybody that has the question in their mind. This is, what am I doing here? Here meaning anywhere. I'm talking from an American perspective because I'm from America. My family lives in Florida. That's where I am right now, actually. I'm on my annual trip home, and I decided to start up this blog and set myself up, set you guys up for when I go back and do some fun videos back where I live, which I will get to that in the concluding videos. Thank you for your time.